Hello, I'm Kevin Grady. I'm the Vice President of the Ansley Park Civic Association for 2014 to 2015. And I'm also Chair of the History and Preservation Committee. One of the duties I have is to receive information about the history of Ansley Park. And earlier this year, I received a set of VHS tapes that had been made in 1992 and consisted of interviews of various people who had lived in Ansley Park from its earliest days through about the 1960s and 70s. One of the things that we hope to be able to do is to have these videos up on our website so that you can see firsthand the recollections of people who lived in Ansley Park. And let me tell you why these tapes were made. In the late 1980s, there was an effort in Ansley Park to make Ansley Park a historic district, which would have affected the ability of people to change the exterior of their houses and to try to bring more conformity to the neighborhood. A majority of the residents approved of this plan, but not a sufficiently large majority for it to be able to pass. One of the results, however, was a real division within the neighborhood. And there were a lot of people who got very upset with each other as a result of this effort. One of the things that some of the neighbors tried to do was to bring the neighborhood back together again. And one of the efforts was to make these videotapes to have people remember what they had in common. And so what you're about to see is a collection of these videos that were done by Jane Harmon and Ron and Sarah Sharbo in 1992. The first video in this series is a short video which is a collection of summaries from the different videos. It's really done in a humorous vein, almost like the coming attraction of a movie. But one of the things that we've never quite figured out is exactly how this coming attraction was supposed to be broadcast. I mean, unless Jane and Ron and Sarah were going to take the videos to each home in Ansley Park and have them played firsthand. But I think this will give you a good overview of the characters who were the key players in these videos to give you a good overview of what life was like in Ansley Park during the 20th century. So enjoy the first coming attraction. It's a great summary.
Coming soon to homes all over Ansley. The true story of a place where passions ran rampant.
At our house we had a great big swing, and Adelaide had a couple of dates out there with a ukulele, and Jeanette and I were peeping through the curtains to watch them.
Where the struggle for survival was fought in the streets.
We had motorcycle gangs. Had one just 2 doors down from the house. We had small rental units with women from Douglasville keeping a lot of gentlemen callers, and we had a lot of fires back in those days.
It's the story of an enclave steeped in secret traditions.
And you see, over the governor's mansion, I think Mr. McClatchy was one that started that, the Santa Claus going over the governor's mansion.
I just claim all responsibility.
Of course, we hung stockings on the mantelpiece, 4 of those white rib stockings, and they were filled with fruits, all the fruits, apples and bananas, and the sticky raisins down in the toe.
Wrapped in a history that would live forever.
The trolleys were orange, just a terrible color. I don't know who decided to. It was before, they didn't call it MARTA then, they just called it trolleys. You know, I don't think it had a name, Atlanta Transit System or something boring like that. But they were orange, they were bright orange. Why in the world would anybody want to paint a bus orange? I don't know. Not yellow like a school bus, but I'm talking about like orange, yeah. It's just awful.
As generation after generation laid claim to Ansley Park.
Yeah, I think what's changed is the people more than the physical neighborhood.
Ansley Park was really a pioneer of the neighborhood movement.
Ansley Park, the video, starring Pete Caldwell. Devereaux McClatchy, Jim Alston, Leon Eplin, Martha Tigner, Jeanette Tigner Blackman, Adelaide Tigner Linden, and Paul Haynes. See how it all began. Hear about the valiant efforts that saved it.
The urban environment is always subject to attack and diminishing its quality. And all we have to do is to make certain that we maintain the quality here.
And then going down in front of the city council and just raising holy unshirted hell. We would routinely turn out 300 to 400 people at every zoning meeting.
And feel sorry for anyone who has ever had to live in Dunwoody.
Wherever Dunwoody is.
Don't miss Ansley Park, the video. Order yours now.